TB and drug resistance is increasing, where 500 million people are infected with malaria each year, where 4 people every minute die of AIDS, we know that a global problem requires a global solution. 4 years ago, President Bush, under pressure from activists like us, led the way to increases in treating and preventing AIDS in the developing world on a scale never seen before. In those 4 years, we have learned much about the disease itself and the health structures that lead to disparities in those infected and affected. The imminent reauthorization of PEPFAR signals that we have a unique but short-lived opportunity to better our efforts, to treat more people with cheaper drugs, and to prevent more infections using evidence-based models. The struggles we have all participated in: ending the HIV travel ban, training and retaining healthcare workers in sub-Saharan Africa, increasing donations to the Global Fund, and expanding and funding research and development efforts for microbicides are part of this bill. And some of the struggles we have participated in have been removed from this bill in the name of bipartisanship. Evidence-based prevention, an end to the global gag rule, family planning efforts, and harm reduction programs are all on the line. These are struggles we have not ignored, not forgotten. They are struggles that we will continue to fight for, amendment by amendment. But we cannot amend a bill that does not exist. And so we are grateful for Durbin and Obama's vocal leadership on legislation that will save millions of lives. But we stand here, steadfastly declaring that we need more than supportive statements. We, activists, health professionals, and people living with HIV and AIDS, we all need this bill, this bipartisan compromise supported overwhelmingly by Congress and the President, to be put to a vote and passed, intact. Inch by inch, we brought this bill all the way to their doorstep. Now time is running out for Durbin and Obama to use their power to force a vote.
That's right!
Durbin and Obama are our patients and our champions on the Hill. But they must know that we will not lay down our posters and megaphones until microbicides are in the hands of those who need them, until condoms are in the hands of those who need them, until medicines are in the hands of those who need them. So I stand here with you today to tell you of the recent activist victories, of pressuring both presidential candidates to explicitly support swift passage of PEPFAR, which they did last week, of compelling Senator Reid to negotiate an agreement, which he did this week, of forcing the irresponsible Senator Coburn and his reckless compatriots to drop their deadly hold on this bill. And to tell you that there are more victories on the horizon, not just for us, but for all people living under the scourge of these diseases. So let us rally on, undeterred, defiant, knowing that we shall not yield to those who so foolishly stand in our way. Now join us in chanting.
All right, everybody. When I say 50, you say billion. 50.
Billion.
50.
Billion.
When I say 50, you say billion. 50.
Billion.
50.
Billion.
What do we want? PEPFAR. When do we want it? Now. What do we want?
PEPFAR.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
PEPFAR.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
PEPFAR.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
PEPFAR.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
PEPFAR.
When do we want it?
Now.
When I say 50, you say billion. 50.
Billion.
50.
Billion.
When I say 50, you say billion. 50.
Billion.
50.
Billion.
50.
Billion.
50.
Billion.
There you go. All right, everybody. All right. Durbin and Obama, keep your promise. Pass PEPFAR now. Durbin and Obama,
Keep your promise. Pass PEPFAR now.
Durbin and Obama,
Keep your promise. Pass PEPFAR now.
Durbin and Obama,
Keep your